Across America, incredibly talented artisans make amazing objects the old-fashioned way, by hand. On this episode of Handcrafted America, artisans make some of man's earliest tools.
Bada bing, bada boom.
In Wisconsin, this artisan makes patriotic cast iron skillets.
I like the idea that I'm making a tool for somebody else to rock.
A husband and wife team in Massachusetts bend wood to their will. They use it to create intricate baskets.
There is no way that this little guy can be simple to make.
And there's a blacksmith in Tennessee whose methods are older than America itself.
You're now a certified colonial welder.
Handcrafted America goes old school.
Wow. More heat.
Some trades can take you back to another time and place, and that's exactly where blacksmith Anthony Martin prefers to be, right here in his own colonial America.
In Fairview, Tennessee, Anthony Martin is carrying on a trade that dates way back. He's a blacksmith.
Anthony, I feel like I've stepped back into the 1700s. What is it about the colonial way of blacksmithing that you love so much?
I think it's fascinating that people that we think were primitive, fairly primitive,
Right.
could do things that we actually use today.
25 years ago, this former music producer and self-described history nerd saw a blacksmith working at a fair. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Why do you work in a kilt?
It's ease of operation. There are a lot of tools in here. Because I work alone, my legs are my third arm, my third hand. So a tool like this, I have to use my feet. Well, if you go to do that, you're going to have to pull your pants up to make it so you can bend your leg.
What are we making today?
We are going to make a colonial-style tomahawk.
A tomahawk is a type of axe.
You would have prepared meals with it. You would have chopped wood with it. You would have protected yourself.
First step of making a tomahawk is?
Wrapping the eye.
So this is the eye.
Yeah, this is actually going to be wrapped around.
Okay.
We're going to stick this in the fire.
A piece of low-carbon steel goes into the fire to heat up. And I start my shift for the day as Anthony's apprentice on the bellows or blower for the fire.
More heat.
So the faster I go with this thing, the hotter that gets.
Exactly right.
So what are we looking for over there? How do we know it's ready?
We're looking for a color of heat. Bright orange.
Okay. I see bright orange.
Okay, you can stop now.
Okay.
For a moment. Now we're just going to bend this over the mandrel.
With the steel at almost 2,000 degrees, Anthony begins to shape it. But after just a few hits, it cools and has to go back into the fire.
Once it drops to gray, it's only about 800 degrees, which is too cold to hit.
The steel goes back and forth from the fire to being hit into shape. And it's easy to see why it takes Anthony 4 to 5 days just to make one tomahawk.
What do you love most about blacksmithing?
Beating on this steel.
I knew you were going to say that. I set you up for that. Our eye? Is that our eye?
Are done. All right. I'm going to flux this. I'm going to bring it to you.
After the eye is heated again, Anthony puts a borax powder on it to keep out the ash and soot. Then it's time to weld, the old-fashioned way.
Very carefully.
Okay.
Not too hard. Hit it from here to here.
I just welded?
You just welded. You are now a certified colonial welder.
Woo! That was awesome.
Now your job is to cut a groove in the top of this, following that line.
A groove has to be cut into the eye so another piece of steel can be added and formed into an axe.
How long do I have to do this?
This is a 4-day process.
Go to commercial.
You got it?
Thanks for the help.
The bit is set in the groove, and then, as always, the metal has to get hot enough to hit.
Now you can see, all except one little line, all of the steel has become one piece.
Yeah. Watch out!
To finish forming the axe, the edges are cut using a colonial-style chisel that Anthony made himself.
What we have to do now is stretch the eye so that it fits the handle properly.
Now, the key here is 3 words.
Yeah, don't hit the blacksmith.
That's more than 3.
Let her rip. There you go. That's it. Uno mas. There you go. Perfect.
What's in there?
That is oil,
What kind of oil?
mineral oil. And this part is called heat treating.
And why do you use oil again as opposed to water?
The oil is going to allow this heat to dissipate more slowly.
Okay.
So the steel will still be brittle, but not as brittle
Right, okay.
as it would if I used just water.
Do you still have all your eyebrows?
Only one piece of the puzzle left, the wooden handle. Anthony uses an aged hickory wood, which he antiques and stains.
The tomahawk that we're making today, how much would you sell that for?
Basic hawks start at $165. Let's load it up. Now, I'm just going to tap, and it's on there. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. My first tomahawk.
We're going to teach you how to throw it.
Now that I can do. Come on.